gods and goddesses. Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's your girl, Doc T, the Woke Professor, coming to you from the Lotus Room with tonight's reading for Tarot Tuesday. So I'm coming to you tonight, giving you what we do every night in the Lotus Room in our Facebook group. I go live, I do a live tarot reading with my Tahuti deck, or my Egyptian tarot deck, or my Book of Doors divination deck, just depending on how I'm feeling. Yeah, that's what we do. We have fun. We bring our drinks, we bring our questions. And so if you are interested in that type of vibe, then if you are into that type of vibe and you are a Black queen, I suggest you click the link in the description box below. Go and follow us. Go and join the Lotus Room and get yourself ready for some wonderful tarot readings on Tarot Tuesday. Okay. Now, the other benefit of being in the group is you actually get access to the readings live a whole week before they air on YouTube. So the YouTube videos are simply recordings of my live sessions. And if you are interested in what messages come through me and spirit, through spirit, from spirit, then I suggest you go and follow us. Go join the Lotus Room on Facebook. Keep up with us on IG. Follow me on IG. That's where you can have access to all of that. Follow the Carrie Mae Williams Center page. That is where we keep up with all of the business. The Lotus Room is a program developed by the Carrie Mae Williams Center specifically for Black women. So on our IG page, you will get the most updates with our clothing, our products, any upcoming programs, activities, fundraisers, fun events, live events, free events, paid events. All of it will be there on the IG page. So without further ado, let's get into this reading, boo-boo. See you in a minute. All right, y'all, so here is the spread for tonight. We have the Seven of Wands in reverse being clarified by the Strength and the Five of Wands in reverse. We have the Prince of Swords. We have the High Priestess in reverse being clarified by the Page of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. I'm sorry, the Age of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Then we have the Knight of Swords, the Moon, and the Princess of Wands. The energy driving the deck, as you can see, is that of the Knight of Cups, and the underlying energy on the clarification is the Knight of Pentacles. All right, so we have the Seven of Wands here. Seven of Wands came out in reverse. This card usually represents it comes after the Six of Wands, which talks about victory, and it shows the emperor, the king, or the aristocrat riding in on his horse after a victory. But in this particular deck, it just shows the seven. You have the six different wands that represent something. If you notice, you have two of those wands. Let me show you in the upright position. So two of these wands are the actual wands of Tahuti. You have two that have lotuses on them, and then you have two that actually look like, I don't want to lie to you, but I'm not even going to assume. But we know the lotus represents, it's that whole concept of rising above, right? Being submerged into the murkiness. Hey, Tiffany! How you doing? So we have, the lotus represents submerging into the darkness of the murky waters and coming out beautiful, right? So it represents rising above, spiritual transcendence and whatnot. The I can't think of it. It's the the medicine symbol with the wings on it. That is all about that is about our evolution from our lower energy vibrations all the way up to our crown chakra and connecting with our higher selves. It is our yin and our yang, our divine masculine and our divine feminine coming together into a balance, and like a double helix, like your DNA, right? And then you have those two birds. If I'm not mistaken, they look like Tahuti because Tahuti has a bird as a face. All right, so I think there's actually Tahuti there on those wands. And then you have this very fiery wand in the middle, right, that represents manifestation. So this is definitely, it's the element of fire. If you look up there in a corner, I can't remember what zodiac is that. Is that Sagittarius? Is this Sag energy? Any of my people who are into tarot, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's the Sag symbol there. Remember, I'm still learning, so don't be trying to drag me if I don't know everything. But yeah, so this card in the upright position really is about reaching higher ground, about elevation, spiritual elevation, overcoming whatever it is that you're going through. But right now, it is in the reverse position, which indicates that you are possibly still in the midst of whatever the situation is that you are going through, and you have not necessarily come out on the other side yet. So it doesn't necessarily have to be horrible. It doesn't mean that you're just completely going through, but it does mean that you are in the middle of some life lessons and some experiences that could be kind of difficult for you and uncomfortable for you right now, but it's necessary in order for you to have your elevation. So it's the first card that we have there. So Spirit letting us know that we're going through some things, but we have the Prince of Swords that comes in right after it. So Spirit is telling us to approach this these uncomfortable experiences with the spirit of the Prince of the Swords. The Prince of Swords is the air element, and in this deck he's very jovial, charismatic, intellectual, strategic. He is a king in the making, right? So he has all the makings of a king, but he still has the resilience, the joy, and the brightness of youth, right? That is so charismatic and captivating to those around him. And so Spirit is telling us to tap into our inner child, perhaps, and approach this uncomfortable situation from the perspective of the Prince of Swords, right? The Prince of Swords may be young, can potentially be a little naive, doesn't necessarily have all the answers, but he's talented, he's intelligent, he's charismatic, and he's just an all-around well-rounded individual who has everything that he needs in order to be able to handle uncomfortable situations and come out on the other side in higher ground, more elevated, leveling up, right? So we are in a time where we are being challenged to level up. So what is your level up situation looking like? Now, you look here, we have the priestess, the glare. My bad, y'all. I want y'all to see these cards. So we have the priestess coming out in the upright, in the reverse position. And if you look, she is something serious, right? She looks very angelic, very magical. She has all these different spiritual flowers down here. She has this very angelic light in the background. Let's see, what else do I see on here? She is very in tune. She's in tune with these with the 5D, and she's bringing down all of these high level energies from the 5D into the 3D, right? She's all about the occult, all about that spiritual, intuitive energy. But she came out in the reverse position, which means now she's also associated with secrets. So from my interpretation, what I gather from this is that there may be some information that you are not necessarily privy to in this time of difficulty that is potentially keeping you in this space of not necessarily getting out yet. You haven't reached your higher ground yet because you haven't gotten all the pieces of the puzzle yet. Whatever messages it is that you should be receiving from the 5D realm may not necessarily be able to get through right now because you are still trying to understand some things, overstand some things. So you're gonna have to give it some time. But right in the middle of that energy, you got this Prince of Swords. You want that Prince of Swords energy on your side, so you want to be able to lean on that energy. Now we have the Knight of Swords. Let's see if I bring it to this angle. The light is different on I can do different angles on different ones. Let's see, can I do it like that? All right, there we go. So here is our Knight of Swords, and as you can see, the Knight of Swords, he is kind of one with his horse, right? He's riding in on his horse, and he's riding in swiftly, right? He coming to take care of some business. The Suit of Swords in every tarot deck is about energy, and you can see, like, you can see it. He has his wing, like he got his wing. Like, this is a spiritual. He kind of giving me an Angel of Michael vibes here, because he has these angel wings, right? But he got this sword in his hand, and he riding that horse, and he riding on these winds. If you can see those winds, and those winds ain't nothing to play with. And look, he got his little spiritual supports right there, spiritual guides and whatnot. So this card is very telling. Maybe those are some sparrows. Who knows what kind of flowers those are? But this card is very interesting for it to come in behind the High Priestess in reverse, who may represent things not yet seen for you. There's some things that are unclear and not yet seen, but it don't matter, because the Knight of Swords energy, that air energy is coming in. Air energy is all about intellect, overstanding, intuition, right? So that your intellect, your intuition is about to kick in. Your spirit guides are supporting you in whatever this uncomfortable situation is, and they about to come through, and they about to handle this thing for you, right? So you are supported in this time, even though it is uncomfortable. You are supported. You have the intellect and the intuition that you need to be able to get through whatever it is. And what else is it? This card gave me some other energy that I want to message to. So you could either be the Knight of Swords, getting ready to come in and handle this situation and slice and dice whoever you need to, because that's what the Knight is about. The Knight is a warrior. He does not play, right? And in the sword suit, he really don't play. When he got that sword in his hand, He is really not about to play with you, okay? He come to handle some business. He comes to overcome. He comes to triumph. He comes to what is the word? To conquer. The Knight of Swords is a conqueror, right? So don't be afraid, don't be worried, don't be stressed out, because this Knight of Swords energy, this is either going to be you and how you handle this situation, or it could be somebody coming into your life to help you handle this situation the way that it needs to be done, because the Knight is all about traveling, right? And this Knight is traveling swiftly, so you ain't gonna be in this uncomfortable energy much longer with and you're not gonna be in the dark much longer. So don't even trip, don't even worry about it, you support it. All right, behind that we have the Moon card, right? So the Moon card, trying to get the angle off of there. All right, there you go, so you can see it. So this is the Moon card, and as you can see here, you got 2 towers. You got some divine celestial. Is that a serpent? Almost looks like a serpent in the middle, but it's not. But you got Ptah here, right? You got Ptah here in the middle of 2 towers. All right, and you have what looks like a beetle at the bottom. This underlying energy is at the bottom, right? The sun, it looks like a sun almost. This card is powerful. So you got the two towers with Ptah on the top, and then you got the sun with the what looks like to be the sun, and 2 more towers on the bottom, right? So if you don't know, Ptah is that Kemetic deity that is all about the crossroads, all about good decision making. All right, the moon in the tarot represents emotion, going within, intuition, and possible illusions that could arise if it was in the reverse position. But it is coming out in the upright position, which means that you are going to be mustering the energy of the moon. I mean, we in a full moon in Aquarius right now, so it's like it's perfect. But the thing is, in that emotional space, in that space of isolation and emotion and intuition, where you're going in to connect with your spirit, your divine source, to get the messages you need in order to be able to make the right decision. When the crossroads comes up, it means you going left or you going right. Either you is or you ain't. All right, you're gonna have to make a decision one way or another. And the decision that you make is going to be determined by how you utilize that moon energy to get you through. So you utilize that moon energy from an imbalanced state, what will happen will be that you will develop some illusions, and tell yourself some lies about this situation that are not going to help you get out of the situation. And subsequently, excuse me, it's coming out. Subsequently have you stuck in this cycle for longer than you need to be. And we don't want to do that. So, but the fact that we have all this divine energy around us, we have these the energy of the swords here helping us to be clear, analytical, and strategic about our decision making and about how we perceive this uncomfortable situation that we're in. We're good, y'all. Like, we got everything we need. And the last card is the Princess of Wands. Again, fire energy. So there's a lot of fire and air energy here. The High Priestess, if I'm not mistaken, is probably water energy. But we got swords, wands, and the moon here. So we have some very powerful elements here. But the Princess of Wands, if you can tell, she has I think it's a tiger. She got a wand in one hand, and then she got a whole tiger that she dragging in the other hand. And she's just flowing in this very fiery flame. She got a flame right there on the side. And look, she got horns coming out of her head. So this is Aries energy. A lot of Aries energy flowing around right now. And so if you don't know, the wand suit is all about... it is the element of fire, which is about taking action. So what that says to me is when it's followed up by the moon like that, right? So the moon is all about crossroads. But then we have this very fiery, passionate card of making things happen and taking action after we have gone inward and consulted our higher self and really got clear on what our intellect and our emotions are telling us. We've thought about it analytically with the air energy here, and now it's time to take action. It's time to take action. Okay, you realize what your decisions are. You know, you pretty much know what decision you need to make, and you're gonna move forward on that decision. You're gonna take action on that decision, and you're gonna do so confidently, like the Princess of Wands is here. You're gonna take that tiger by its tail, and you're gonna snatch. You're gonna muster the magic of the 5D into your wand and fire up that flame and get it going. You're gonna get it going in the right direction. So you're gonna be quite all right, and remember, all of this is being driven by the energy of the Knight of Cups, all right, which is all about receiving messages of passion and love coming in. So all of this is coming from a place of passion, emotion, and love, right? Some traveling and transitions going on, and evolution in our emotional. I am putting extra sounds on syllables and everything. In our emotional world, right? We're going through some changes in our emotional world, but we are not completely overtaken by these emotions because we have logic and analysis on our side, and we have intuition connected to a higher source, and we have the confidence of the Princess of Wands and that fire. Y'all, I feel like this suit is this spread is pretty straightforward, but what I am going to do is get some clarification on this 7 of Wands in reverse and this High Priestess in reverse, and see what they have for us. Spirit, what messages do you have for us about this 7 of Wands in reverse? Why is this 7 of Wands in reverse here? Why is the 7 of Wands in reverse? Spirit, give me one card explaining why the 7 of Wands is here tonight. That's twice I done seen this devil energy. Why is the 7 of Wands here? Woo! We ain't doing all of that. No, we ain't doing all of that. I just need one good card. Let's see. Spirit, why? I'm trying to find the comment section, see if I missed any comments. Oh no, I ain't got no. All right. Spirit, why is the 7 of Wands here? 7 of Wands, now I see the 5 of Wands and the devil twice. Spirit, why is the 7 of Wands here? Yeah, that devil keep popping up. The devil keep popping up. I've seen the devil show in this deck 5 times. Come on, Spirit, give me one card. Give me one card. Why is the 7 of Wands here? All right, I got 2 cards. I got 2 cards, 2 messages in regards to the 7 of Wands, and we got the Hierophant in reverse on the bottom of the deck. All right, so if you don't know, the Hierophant is about spiritual evolution. It is the sage. The Hierophant is the sage, the spiritually adept individual that can guide you and lead you The Hierophant is also about making clear, decisive, concise, no, not concise, decisive commitments, but it's here in reverse. So that means there's some issues with commitment driving this reversal energy in this Seven of Wands, while you're in a kind of a stall mode and you're not able to get that higher ground. It's kind of a slippery slope right now. You're trying to get to that higher ground, but you're slipping. But fear not, fear not. Okay, so why? Spirit tells us that that the Seven of Wands is in reverse here because we have the Five of Wands in reverse. And Five of Wands is all about fighting external elements, like being at war with the outside world. But this one is in reverse, so that means that there's some internal wars going on, right? So kind of stuck because we have having these internal wars about some things, going back and forth, maybe some fights with the old self and the new self. We have water energy here. I see the Aquarius here. I see a few other symbols here that I'm not really all the way familiar with yet, but there is definitely some air energy there, some air and some earth energy. So this internal, which when you think about it, when you are going through internally, there's definitely a war in the mind, right? Air, your element of air is all about what's going on in your mind, mentally, intellectually, cognitively. So to have that come out in reverse, it means that there is something going on within you. There's a struggle going on within you. It could be your old self hanging on for dear life and not wanting to listen to the new self. It could be the ego fighting the higher self. It could be your shadow not wanting to face the reality of its weaknesses, right? Because when our ego has not been properly developed, it will show up in our shadow, right? So our shadow shows our ass when we're not getting it together. But it's okay because we got the Strength card here. You see that? You see that beautiful Kemetic queen embracing that strong lion, walking straight up to that lion and opening that lion's mouth, which means she is mustering her divine feminine power and strength to stand 10 toes down in the face of something that could be very intimidating. And she is not only going to stand 10 toes down, she going to open it up and she's going to confront it with courage. Doesn't mean she's not afraid, but it does mean that she's going to forge ahead anyway in her power in order to resolve this internal struggle and this stagnancy. She is going to approach this internal struggle and this stagnancy with her strength, her inner and divine strength. Ooh. All right, Spirit, you better come through and preach tonight. You better preach tonight. So yeah, so commitment, right? You have some issues committing to something, making a decision about something, but it's okay as long as you stand in your power. You may be unsure about the decision that you need to make, right? You may not trust yourself enough to make that decision and know that it was the best decision for you, but when you stand in your power, it'll come to you. So don't be worried. All right, we're gonna clarify this High Priestess and then we're gonna get up out of here. All right, one more shuffle for the night. Spirit, why is the High Priestess here in reverse? The High Priestess. The High Priestess. Why is the High Priestess here in reverse? Ooh, we got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. All right, so remember we said that the High Priestess in reverse means that there's some energy. It could be somebody lying to you. Sometimes it means there's somebody in your space that's lying to you and misrepresenting themselves or misrepresenting a certain reality, right? And apparently it is, and then we got the Eight of Pentacles driving this energy, right? So Pentacles are all about stability, and the number 8 is it's definitely well, all numbers are divine. They all have some type of meaning to them, but this the number 8 is a feminine number that is about balance. Our even numbers, when you're looking at chematic studies, they're all about balance, and they're the divine feminine numbers. So for that to come out in reverse, that means that there is some imbalance in our divine feminine energy that needs to be addressed. And we got this Page of Pentacles, right? So pages are they're like, they the young bloods. They got good intention. They just young. They may not necessarily always have good or bad intentions, because their intentions are not really clear, because they're still young and naive, right? And so the Page of Pentacles is someone who comes with an offering and says, hey, I don't have much, but I want to offer this little bit to you. So whatever secrets or misrepresentations you are experiencing are coming to you from a page, someone who is immature, has an immature nature. They may have good intentions, but they just don't know better a lot of times, or if they do know better, their young and immature nature supersedes their hey Latia girl, their young and immature natures supersedes those good intentions, and they really ain't got a pot to piss in on top of that. So they really ain't got much to offer. They really don't have clear intentions, and they out of balance, because they coming in a reverse, and they got secrets. So if this is somebody in, so if it is a person in your life right now that is the source of this lack of clarity, that is the source of this secrecy, this immaturity, and this stagnancy, you may have to cut them off. You got two swords here. You got the Prince and the Knight ready to come in and handle their business, all right? You might have to lay that sword down on that page and let them know, look, this is my space. This is my energy, right? You're going to have to stand in that power with the Strength card here, right? Use the tools that are available to you. You have your intellect, your strength, your strategy, right? In your swords. And then you have your power, your personal power in the Strength card. Then on top of that, you got your intuition with the Moon card here, and you got your confidence and your magic in this Princess of Wands here. So honestly speaking, little homie right here ain't really got a chance. Hey, Rashandra. Little homie right here, this page, this imbalanced, immature person that's coming in with these secrets and unclear intentions, they ain't really got a chance, because you too elevated right now. You might be at a standstill, but spirit working with you. Your spirit guides are supporting you, and your internal powers are on your side. You in tune, boo-boo. You are in tune. You might have a little bit of uncertain energy around, but Please believe it's not going to be that way for long, because you have too many cards surrounding this energy that's going to force it. Like the universe is at work. It's going to force that energy to straighten itself out, right? So your only responsibility is to tune into yourself, be true and authentic to yourself, and take actions and make decisions based on what is true and authentic to you. Y'all, my phone trying to cut off on me. My battery going dead. I've been getting my hair done. But I had to come back in and do Tarot Tuesday because this is one of my favorite nights. And that is the message for this evening. And I appreciate you all so much for tuning in with this message. It has been a pleasure sharing this moment with you, sharing this energy with you, sharing these messages from the spirit realm with you. And I hope that these things resonate with you. If they resonate with you, I encourage you to go and find the Carrie Mae Williams Center page on YouTube. There are a number of videos that I've posted in the group where you can go and you can like and you can subscribe, because the page is about to expand tremendously with some new things that we have coming. If you have not noticed or have not watched the video with the layout of the rollout of the theme for this for the rest of this quarter, for the third quarter, the theme for this third quarter is finding our way back, right? And the first series is called Who You Talking To, and we getting into the 5 agreements and how Black folks break those agreements amongst one another in their own community. We will then be moving on next month to finish out the quarter, to then talk about it's still exploring the theme of finding our way back, but we're going to look at how old, antiquated practices from colonization that were imposed upon us in slavery and just throughout history as African Americans have influenced the way that our families are now so toxic in a lot of ways, right? So we're gonna find our way back. We're gonna find our way back to ourselves for the remainder of this third quarter. So do me a favor, go and download the first 3 chapters of the 5th agreement. It has been uploaded to the documents section in this group. Go ahead and read it. Get your questions together, get your reflections and your comments together, because me and the moderators and a few different panelists are going to be coming on here and discussing some of those things, and we want your input. All right, we want your input. Also, stay tuned for upcoming incentives. We'll be announcing incentives and rolling out some other great treats for you in the coming weeks and months. I appreciate you all sharing your energy with me. And come on, let's get this group popping. I need y'all to comment more, participate more. This is a safe space. We're not gonna let nobody come for you without checking them. But at the same time, we can disagree and challenge each other in this space. Whatever you see, I encourage all of my Lotus Rumors. When you out and you posting on social media as a Black woman, all of us, we do it all day, every day, right? We see things that resonate with our Blackness and our femininity every single day, and we post it on our page. If you feel like it's worthy to post on your personal profile, for that message to be shared with the people on your personal profile, we feel like it's worthy of you posting it right here in the Lotus Room. We have our 7 days of the week, right? We have those themes, but we as women are, we have more to talk about than just those 7 themes, right? So this is a space where you can post those things and we can have those conversations, because we want to build that community so that we can get into the nitty gritty of the work that we really want to do. We want to be able to do some circle work. Hey, Janice, girl, you done came through for a minute. Boo-boo, good to see you. You just in time. I was just talking about how it's getting to that time, y'all. We've been here for almost 2 months, maybe 3 months now. So we need to start getting to know each other. We need to start participating more. We need to start commenting more. We need to start liking more. We need to start sharing things more. Yeah, so we can build that community here. And and I am about to start putting folks out. So if you've been here since day one and you haven't commented on nothing and you haven't liked nothing, I love you, boo-boo. And I invite you because I feel like this is a space where your energy is needed and appreciated. But if you're not sharing that energy, you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go, and my moderator's gonna help me. All right. That is all I have for you this evening. Make sure you go to www.maysgarden.com. Get your Sakim shirt and pants so you could be rocking it with your Kemetic base affirmations for the chakras. Okay. All right. I love y'all. I like y'all. And I look forward to taking this journey with you. Good night.